Hey everyone, and welcome back. My name is Jen, and today we're diving deep into something that's really shaking things up in the restaurant world: AI powered dynamic pricing. To get more understanding, I am talking with Rick, who recently revolutionized his restaurant business with the powerful AI platform built for restaurants. Hi there, Rick. How are you today?
Hi there, Jen, and I am doing just great, thanks.
So, you might be surprised to learn that AI builds AI agents for restaurants that use sophisticated algorithms which are able to automatically adjust menu prices in real time. We're going to break down how this tech and agents actually works, explore the potential benefits for restaurants and diners, and tackle the big question: could AI change how we think about happy hour?
Yeah, it's really interesting how AI is being used to address these age-old challenges that restaurants have always faced, like balancing supply and demand. Take happy hour, for example. It's been around forever, but it's not always the best strategy.
Yeah, I totally get that. I mean, I love a good happy hour deal, don't get me wrong, but sometimes it feels like you're just battling for a table in this sea of people. And let's be honest, the crowds can be a bit much.
Exactly. Happy hour can be kind of a blunt instrument. Restaurants are trying to get people in the door during slower periods, which can often just lead to overcrowding during that limited time, and it might not even bring in new customers. It's just the same regulars looking for a deal. So what's really interesting is how AI is offering a much more nuanced approach.
Okay, so how does the impact of AI agents actually work in a restaurant setting? Is it like some robot or computer program just making all the pricing decisions?
It's way more sophisticated than that. Think of AI as this superpowered analyst. The AI agent will crunch massive amounts of data in real time. We're talking about data on foot, traffic reservation patterns, for example. Even how long people are waiting for tables. It also factors in things like inventory levels, competitor pricing, and external stuff like the weather or even local events.
Oh, wow. That sounds really technical and a total game changer. You mentioned table reservations there. Does this have any effect on this side of things?
Another area that really helps both restaurants and diners is restaurant bookings and reservations. For restaurants, it enables targeted social media marketing, personalized customer communication, and dynamic pricing strategies. This translates to increased revenue through maximized table utilization and reduced costs associated with marketing, labor, and food waste.
So it's taking into account all these different variables that can impact a restaurant's business, but how does that translate into actual price changes on the menu?
So here's where it gets really cool. AI uses all that data to identify patterns and predict demand. Let's say the system notices that demand for pasta dishes tends to spike on Tuesdays. It might suggest slightly higher prices for pasta on Tuesday evenings when the restaurant thinks it's going to be busiest.
So instead of having set prices that never change, the menu is constantly adapting to what's happening at that moment.
Precisely. And on a slower night, that same pasta dish might be offered at a slight discount to try and entice more customers. So this dynamic pricing approach lets restaurants optimize their revenue and create a smoother flow of customers throughout the evening.
That makes sense for the restaurant side of things. But what's in it for us, the diners? Does this just mean we're going to be paying more during peak hours?
By smoothing out the demand, restaurants can avoid those crazy happy hour crowds and create a more relaxed atmosphere. And remember, those dynamic price adjustments work both ways. You will probably find some great deals during off-peak times or when it is not busy during peak times.
Okay, that's a good point. I hadn't thought about the potential for better deals outside of that traditional happy hour time. But let's be honest, most of us love a good personalized experience, right? Can AI deliver on that front?
Absolutely. AI can go way beyond just adjusting prices. You can actually personalize offers and promotions. Let's say you're a regular at a certain restaurant and you always get the same appetizer. AI agents can pick up on that and send you a personalized, discounted invitation to enjoy your fave at a great deal.
That's really cool. So it's like AI is learning our individual preferences, right? And trying to make our dining experience better.
Exactly. Let me give you an example. We have a loyal customer who regularly ordered a specific pasta dish on Tuesdays. We used our AI agent platform to send that customer a personalized discount offer for that dish on Tuesdays, encouraging them to continue their, weekly ritual.
Oh, that's awesome. So not only could it lead to a better dining experience, but it has the potential to enhance customer loyalty too. That makes a lot of sense.
It's all about creating a win-win for both the restaurant and the diner. Restaurants can optimize their operations and build stronger relationships with their customers. And diners can enjoy a more personalized and rewarding dining experience. Think of it this way. AI can transform a loyalty program from usual one-size-fits-all to a genuine engagement solution. It turns loyalty into something that really gets you as an individual. Imagine getting exclusive discounts on the stuff you order most often.
Absolutely. Speaking of loyalty, let's dive into how your AI agents can take those programs to the next level. I'm intrigued because I love loyalty programs and most restaurants don't offer them or they are just so clunky. What can AI do for those sometimes generic rewards programs? It sounds to me like we are talking about how AI can supercharge loyalty programs and make it super easy for the restaurant to operate whilst enabling the customer to seamlessly join and get max benefits. How does that actually work?
Think of it this way. The AI loyalty agent can transform a loyalty program from the generic one-size-fits-all solution into something that really engages with you and gets you as an individual.
Aha, okay. So do many of your diners join up?
First, we find that nearly all our diners join because it is now so easy to join and the benefits are compelling. They love it.
That's just what we diners need. Tell me, what do you think is the thing that really motivates them to join?
That's because instead of just, racking up generic points, they are getting exclusive discounts on the stuff you order most often. It relates to them and the things that matter to them. Simple.
So if I'm a huge fan of their spicy shrimp tacos, I might get special offers just for my taco obsession. That definitely sounds more appealing than those generic email blasts that end up in my spam folder. But as we've been talking about all these potential benefits, it makes me wonder, are there any downsides to AI-powered systems?
Yeah, it all sounds a bit too good to be true, right? And we are all right to be cautious with this new and evolving technology. In our view, whilst AI offers such incredible potential for restaurants, we never forget. It's important to remember that there are potential challenges.
As a customer, that is definitely comforting to hear.
One concern that comes up a lot is transparency.
Transparency is key to building trust with your customers.
Absolutely. Transparency is key to building trust with your customers. We restaurants need to explain that. If prices might vary based on demand, time of day, or even availability of ingredients, then it's about making sure customers feel like they're getting a fair deal.
I can see why that would be important. If I saw the price of my, go-to dish suddenly spike, I'd want to know why. Restaurants need to explain that, It's about making sure we customers feel like they're getting a fair deal, right? And not being taken advantage of.
The wonderful thing is that with the AI agents, they do an amazing job of communicating all this with the customer. It's like having the perfectly trained, most experienced waitstaff on hand 24/7. Customers are never in the dark, which they really appreciate.
So clear customer communication seems really important for this technology to work. Are there any other challenges that restaurants might face when putting this into practice?
Another thing to consider is the impact on staff. It's really important to remember that AI should be used to enhance the human element.
So this isn't about robots taking over the restaurant industry.
Not at all. Ideally, AI should be seen as a tool that empowers restaurant staff to do their jobs even better.
It's like giving servers a superpower. They can still be the friendly face of the restaurant.
For example, servers have insights from AI. When a customer walks in, they have instantly on hand their name, every order, and detailed personal preferences.
But now they have AI agents on hand at every turn and assisting them in creating this awesome dining experience.
It means they are able to give more personalized recommendations and better serves to our customers.
So it's not necessarily about job displacement, but a shift in the types of roles that are needed.
Yes, it is about doing what we always do, but much better, with fewer resources and lower budgets.
You have got me thinking now about this deep personalization. Could this tech go even further?
What do you mean? Seems to me it is already covering every aspect of our business.
Could we see AI creating completely personalized menus?
Ah, yes, good point. And I see what you mean.
Wow. Like imagine walking into a restaurant and getting a menu specifically for you.
Indeed, that is something we offer to our customers.
Wow. Dishes and prices tailored to your preferences and even your budget.
What's interesting is that all this tech and systems are just about invisible to the customers. It significantly changes their dining experience without adding complexity or barriers. In fact, it reduces the challenges and transforms the dining experience.
It sounds pretty amazing, but also a bit like something out of a sci-fi movie. Well, we've covered a lot of ground in this deep dive. But before we finish, I just want to pick up a point you mentioned a second ago: budgets. All this super tech must be very expensive, so how can this work in the mega competitive world of restaurants?
That's an interesting point, and one which really surprised us when we started with this project. The AI pricing structure is like an elastic band that stretches and fits any restaurant, from the smallest to the most sophisticated. I believe their charges start at just $20 per month, and they offer a lot of content free. It seems AI is changing things for them, as well as restaurants and diners.
Okay, I really appreciate you sharing your experience. So let's recap what we've learned about AI agents for you. We started by looking at AI-powered dynamic menu pricing. We explored how AI is optimizing restaurants, personalizing experiences, and even boosting those loyalty programs. We also see there are definitely some challenges to think about, like making sure things are transparent with how these systems work. Yeah, and figuring out how AI can best work with the restaurant staff. Seems like there's a lot of exciting potential here.
That's a fact. It has changed our business dramatically, and it is showing in the numbers and customer reviews. We're getting more repeat business, more spend, and without extra overheads.
Thanks for joining me today, and we appreciate your openness in sharing your experiences.
Thanks, Jen. I have really enjoyed it, and we look forward to seeing you in our restaurant soon.
That sounds great. Thanks very much, Rick. See you soon. And as always, we want to leave you with something to think about. We talked about personalized offers, tailored discounts, and AI-created menus. But what about that human touch? Can technology really capture the art of a skilled chef, or a server who knows what you need? Or the simple joy of sharing a meal with friends and family in a great atmosphere? That's the question we'll leave you with today. Thanks for joining us on this culinary journey. By the way, if you have a restaurant and want to know more about how AI agents can change your business, contact AI via their website and apply for their pilot program. It takes just 15 minutes and your first agent is entirely free forever. Happy dining.